What is up everyone, Freeboot here, and today I'm going to be going over the top 10 mid-champions for League of Legends. So, just make a note here guys, now every champion in this list is the best, or anyway, better than another champion that isn't on the list, but overall I think it's a good list, and it's a good way to start. So, enjoy. Coming in number 10 on my list is LeBlanc, a champion that excels in high burst damage, high mobility, and strong ganks, and with the right mechanics can outplay almost every champion in the game. The cons though is very squishy, high skill cap, and if you don't have the right combo down, you can ultimately die every time. Diving right into number 9 on my list is going to be Orianna, a champion that has strong harass, lots of AoE and CC, and the cons are short range and most abilities are skill shots, and they kinda can be hard to land your ultimate once in a while. Number 8 on my list is going to be Katarina. This 3150 champion excels at snowballing, tons of AoE, high mobility, and healing and damage reduction. Downside though, she's countered by CC, tank champions, and she has a weak landing phase. Landing number 7 on my list is going to be Brand, a champion with strong landing phase, tons of poke, tons of AoE, huge burst damage, and one of the best farmers in the game. The downside is, most of his abilities are skill shots, he has very few escapes, and he runs out of mana very quickly. Number 6 on my list is going to be Zed, a champion who's amazing at dueling, high mobility, tons of burst damage, farming, and with the perk of having energy over mana. Downside though, he has no CC, high skill cap, and you have to use your shadow properly, or you can just, be the worst Zed in the game and get laughed at. Landing number 5 on my list is going to be Fizz, a very strong ganking champion with a good burst, and usually it's amazing amount of pressure level 3 to 6. Downside though is he has a high skill cap, very squishy champion, and even with his good kit get out situations, he can be bursted down or focused usually, which doesn't rely on a good game. So overall I had to put him at 5. A lot of hate for it, but if you can play him well, he deserves 1. Landing number 4 is a champion that we all love, Ahri, a champion with great sustain, high burst damage with if you can land your E, and low cooldowns with amazing mobility, and a great escape too with her ultimate. The downside is she's squishy, really relies on hitting her skill shots, and you kind of have a really good skill cap with this champion. And her early phase can be a little, bad depending on who's counting her. Landing number 3 is my most favorite champion, and that's going to be Syndra. She can stun 3 to 4 people in a team fight, massive amounts of burst, low cooldowns, easy farm, and she is very useful to the team overall. Unexpected ganks, all that good stuff. Downside, very squishy, very mana intensive at points, and her skill cap, it's a little tricky. So I had to keep her at 3. Puts a tear in my eye. Landing number 2 is going to be Kassadin, a champion that excels in high mobility, tons of CC, strong ganking, and is probably one of the best champions to snowball with. Downside is pre-6, horrible champion if you don't know how to play him properly, easily countered against AD champions, and his melee attacks, not that good. Downside is he's banned in almost 90% of all matches on ranked, so do not look for be playing this champion anytime soon in a ranked match. But for normal games, I recommend you pick him up. As for a 3150 champion, he's probably one of the best out there, especially in the mid lane. Landing number 1 on my list is probably the champion that's going to get a lot of controversy, but for the price of this champion, and just the damage and the ability to just mess things up for the whole entire team, and she's not really easily countered, it's going to be Lux. Now, probably one of the funnest mids to play. She's got the really good burst damage, good range, good CC. She's got snare, slow, very well good kit. That ultimate is just OP. Very squishy early game. Other than that, not that bad. Mana hungry. If you can grab a buff or some charms in the beginning of the game, it's just GG. And she's her sniping, like I said, is just amazing. Skill shots, they can be a pain in the ass. But mid to late game, she can completely turn around the team. She can completely just, throw someone under the bus. Be like, hey, get my fucking lane, stun, slow, boom, you're dead. 1, 2, 3. Lux did it guys, best champion in the game? Probably not. Morgana ain't got nothing on this. Alright? Subscribe, like. If you don't like your champion not being on my list, you can cry. Alright? Peace. Free boot out.